will call our regular meeting to order. This is a regular meeting of the Mayor and Borough Council of the Borough of Seaside Park, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, held on Thursday, June 19th, 2025, advertised to begin at the conclusion of the work session meeting, which has now just ended. Pursuant to the provisions of New Jersey's Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting was properly provided by transmitting the notice of the meeting for publication to the Asbury Park Press and the Ocean Star on January 3rd, 2025. Notice of this meeting of the governing body also has been posted in the corridor of the municipal building and in the office of the municipal clerk. Roll call.
Councilmember Anfield?
Here.
Councilmember Condos?
Here.
Councilmember Connor?
Here.
Councilmember Kraft?
Here.
Councilmember Rotunda?
He will not be in attendance this evening to business.
Council President Wilk?
Here.
Mayor Peterson?
Here.
Thank you.
Let us all now rise together for a moment of silence to be followed by our Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The first item on the agenda seeks approval of the minutes for June 5th, 2025, a work session, June 5th, 2025, a regular meeting. Any questions, comments from council? If not, a motion?
I'll make the motion, Mayor.
Motion by Councilmember Kraft,
Second.
second by Councilmember Condos. Roll call.
Councilmember Kraft?
Yes.
Councilmember Condos?
Yes.
Councilmember Anfield?
Yes.
Councilmember Connor?
Yes.
Council President Wilk?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Next are ordinances, final reading and adoption. Ordinance 225-17, amending Chapter 435, entitled Vehicles and Traffic, Part 2, Article 9 of Chapter 435 of the Code of the Borough of Seaside Park, entitled Establishment and Regulations. Any questions, comments from council?
No.
If not, we'll go into the audience if there's any questions, comments, this being a hearing for second and final reading, ordinance 225-17, if anyone has any. Hearing none, I would close the public portion and I'd entertain a motion from council.
I'll make the motion, Mayor.
Motion by Councilmember Connor,
I'll second, Mayor.
second by Councilmember Allenville. Roll call.
Councilmember Connor?
Yes.
Councilmember Anfield?
Yes.
Councilmember Condos?
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft?
Yes.
Council President Wilk?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Next are authorizations. The first is the Hammer Surf School, Inc. Dates on various times, June 23rd to August 23rd. Various times as well, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., 9 a.m. to 12 noon, and 12 noon to 3 p.m. And the location of the Ocean Beach at 5th Avenue. And the second is the Patriotic Bike Parade, Friday, July 4th, 2025, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., the location Bayview Avenue, 5th Avenue to 14th Avenue, and any approval of the council would be conditioned upon the updated certificate of insurance as well as Ocean County approval. Any other questions, comments from council on the two authorizations?
No, look forward to it.
No.
If not, do we have a motion?
Make the motion.
Motion by Councilmember Condos for the two approvals and the second being conditioned on the COI and county approval.
I'll second it.
Second by Councilmember Connor. Roll call.
Councilmember Condos?
Yes.
Councilmember Connor?
Yes.
Councilmember Anfield?
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft?
Yes.
Council President Wilk?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Next is the payment of claims, 225-228, approving payment of the itemized claims as set forth on the check registered bill list for the period June 6th to June 19th, 225. Any questions, comments from council? If not, a motion?
I'll make the motion, Mr. Mayor.
Motion by Councilmember Amabile,
I'll second that.
second by Council President Wilk. Roll call.
Councilmember Anfield?
Yes.
Council President Wilk?
Yes.
Councilmember Condos?
Yes.
Councilmember Connor?
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Next item on the agenda are the resolutions, and I'll read in summary fashion. The 229 is approval for the renewal of liquor licenses as per the annual renewal necessitated for those licenses in town for the term 225 to 2026. 230 is authorizing salary increase for the deputy municipal clerk. 231, appointing Class 1 special law enforcement officers for the calendar year 225. 235 is approval to submit a grant application and execute a grant contract with New Jersey Department of Transportation for fiscal year 2026 municipal aid improvements to C Street and F Street. 233, appointing seasonal employees for the Department of Beach Patrol. 234, appointing Class 2 special law enforcement officers for the calendar year 225. 235, authorizing the appointment of seasonal employees for the Department of Public Works. 236, authorizing advancement of the fourth quarter payment to Triborough First Aid Squad as per the annual budgetary allotment that the council had approved already. 237, approving the alcohol beverage control social affair permit for Ocean County St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee, Inc. 238, awarding a contract to Vulcan Construction, Inc. for reconstruction of Boardwalk Phase 1, Island Avenue to Fifth Avenue. 239 has been discussed previously at the work session, and it's at this juncture the council's determination to withdraw that resolution at this time and looking to amend same for consideration at a future meeting. 240 is authorizing the United States Department of Justice, DOJ, fiscal year 2025 COPS, COPS hiring program as per the work session item discussion. 241, memorializing the Borough of Seaside Park's commitment to pursue a fair share agreement with the County of Ocean for the construction of a stormwater pump station, that being at 14th Avenue. The 242, authorizing Millennium Strategies to provide grant application services for the U.S. Department of Justice Community-Oriented Police Services, COPS hiring grant. 243, authorizing the adjustment of designated water sewer utility accounts, Block 1, Lot 89, Lot 12.01, rather. The next, 244, authorizing the reimbursement of designated water sewer utility accounts, Block 4, Lot 6. 245, recognizing roadway safety awareness of the 100 Deadliest Days, May 26 through September 1, 2025, and encouraging all citizens to support traffic safety initiatives and educational campaigns, especially geared to that particular period of time. 246, authorizing Remington Vernick Engineers to provide engineering services for the preparation of updating the lead service line inventory. 247, authorizing Remington Vernick Engineers to provide GIS services to update mapping for the new water main on Ocean Avenue. 248, accepting the resignation of Joseph Collins. 249, authorizing out-of-rank pay. 250, authorizing a letter of intent for the purchase of a police vehicle. Those are the resolutions in summary fashion. And does anyone on the council have any further comments as to any of the resolutions?
Yes, Mayor, I'd like to comment on the Resolution 2025-238, which is the boardwalk reconstruction. This is for Phase 1. This is from 14th Avenue. I'm sorry, it's from 5th Avenue to Island Avenue. I thought it would be good to give a recap of the whole project. It's broken up into 3 phases. What we're approving tonight is the first phase. The first phase is 4.367 million roughly. Each phase is not the same cost. So you can't just multiply that times 3 to see where we're at. The other two is thought to be, somewhat a little less. So the total should still be under the estimate, which was $12,218,273. Earlier this year, Resolution 2025-227, we arranged for short-term financing with the iBank for up to $12.3 million. The way that works over the course of this 3-year project is what we end up doing is whenever we have a bill from one of the vendors that are doing the work, we pay them and then we submit to the iBank for reimbursement. So over the course of these 3 years, the iBank keeps totaling up everything we borrow, but we don't pay anything until the project is over in 3 years. What happens every time we borrow, we do get tacked on with an interest which is reset every month. For example, for this month, it's 2.1%. So the iBank keeps totaling at what we borrow, and then they add, the 2.1% interest or whatever the interest is for that month. So at the end of the 3-year term, they total everything up, and then we turn that into a 30-year loan. At which time we then would begin paying. The first 50% of that is actually interest-free, and the second 50% would then be at a under the market rate. So it's a very good deal. Let me see if I missed anything. To start off with, we are getting $100,000 principal forgiveness in fiscal year 2025, which ends June of 2026. So the project starts right after Labor Day of this year and would conclude every March to make way for the upcoming summer season. So by March of 2028, the 3-year project should be complete. I think I've covered everything. If anybody has any questions when you think about it, you could ask when it goes to public comment or now. Yeah, does anybody have any questions on
Thank you, Bill.
Great summary.
Oh, thank you.
Sure, we'll go out of order, and Edie,
Okay.
something on the boardwalk project?
Yeah, are all 3 phases going to involve replacing the underpinning?
Yes. Yes. It's not just redecking, it's the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I have nothing further.
Thank you, Bill. Any other comments from council on any of the resolutions? Hearing none, I'll go into the audience. It's our practice to allow comments on resolutions, though it's not required by law. If anyone has a comment on any of the resolutions, if they could give their name and address into the record. Edie?
Edie Plain, 4811th Avenue. 2025-236, the payment to Triborough. Is the year, it says 4th quarter payment, is the year fiscal or is the year July 1 to June 30?
It's not fiscal, it's January, December.
Calendar year.
Okay, so in other words, this is an advancement,
Yes,
Yeah.
okay, which I understand why.
yes.
Is there any process, because I know that council is limited by, I guess it's a state law, as to how
State
much that you
statute,
can,
yes.
yeah, statute. Is there any procedure by which the council can appeal to increase that amount?
I'm not aware of one, maybe, Mr. Sabarsky, but you can get things other than cash. You can give supplies like we did last year. You can't
Sabarsky, is
go
there a way
beyond the
to
125.
try to change that at all?
Statute's a statute.
That goes in assembly.
It provides,
Yeah, there is a statute.
I checked it out, the statute, years ago, it was $70,000 annually. The statute was amended in May of 2022, and it now provides a contribution, I'll read it, it's 40:5-2, not more than $125,000. It does say, in addition, the municipality may contribute an additional amount of not more than $70,000 annually. However, well, it says provided, however, that the need for such additional funds is established by the association is directly related to the performance of said association's duties. And whenever that annual contribution exceeds, the chief financial officer of the municipality shall receive an audit performed by a certified public accountant or a registered municipal accountant of each association's financial records for the current year, which shall certify to the governing body that such records are being maintained in accordance with accounting principles. So that's the provision in the statute.
So that additional 70,000 could be, just for discussions, it could be bandages, with supplies.
Well, supplies are, as Councilman Kraft said, there's a second paragraph.
Right.
Any county or municipality may appropriate such additional sums as may deem necessary for vehicles, equipment, supplies, materials, etc.
Not that that's necessarily what we need. The only other question I had was on 2025-249, where Officer Slickers was paid for consecutive shifts in superior rank. I'm just curious as to what rank he was performing in.
His sergeant was out on paternity leave, and so an officer had to step up and become the shift supervisor.
That answers my next question, which was going to be, isn't he going to have to keep doing that? But I guess the
Exactly.
maternity leave is over. Okay, thank you.
Any other comments on resolutions? Hearing none, I would close the public portion and I'd entertain a motion from council as a consent agenda for the resolutions with the exception of 239, and that would be withdrawn at this time. Do we have such a motion?
I'll make the motion, Mayor.
Motion by Councilmember Connor. Second by Councilmember Kraft. Roll call.
Councilmember Connor,
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft,
Yes.
Councilmember Anfield,
Yes.
Councilmember Condos,
Yes.
Council President Wilk,
Yes.
motion approved.
And that concludes the written agenda. Anyone else on council have any other items at this juncture?
Could I just?
Council President Rowe? Yes.
Council status report, construction office, 46 permits issued in May totaling $14,857. The code office, we have received 684 rental applications, 355 seasonal and 329 annual in 2025, and 910 inspections have been completed, including re-inspections. 36 rental inspection applications that were mailed out are still pending, and the code office is following that up. Boardwalk reconstruction project, phase 1, 5th Avenue to Island Avenue to reconstruct 17 blocks of boardwalk from 5th Avenue to K Street was awarded tonight, and the construction will begin after Labor Day, although that was already said. New Jersey DOT project improvements on Stockton Avenue. Project is substantially complete, and the contractor has a small punch list. The engineer has requested a final inspection from New Jersey DOT for a grant closeout. Grant amount of $303,255. Internal projects, Lake Avenue Playground Beach is prepared for summer, including additional landscaping. The 14th Avenue Pier parking lot is being cleaned up and graded. A new larger sign for community center will be installed in the next couple of weeks. And on June 24th and the 25th, Public Works and electrician will be digging a trench on the Marina lawn for upgrading the electric service. That's my report, Mayor.
I have
Thank
something
you,
to
Mark.
add there. For the marina, there's we're doing a lake pool acquisition from JCP&L so that we can use those lake pools at the marina and also at the Fifth Avenue Pier. And we're going to be purchasing LED solar lights to put on top of those poles. So we'll have sufficient light at the marina as well as Fifth Avenue Pier, which was lacking the last couple of years. Lastly, the marina breakwater resolution, which we passed at the last meeting, the pre-construction meeting for that is scheduled for June 24th at 2 p.m. So once we get through that, then we'll be doing the breakwater, and that should be able to be accomplished during the summer, is my understanding at this point.
And just to follow up on what Bill said, for the lighting, the LED lighting, the wires underneath the dock will be removed. They're hanging in the water, and the wires have to be disconnected by JCP&L to the poles in the marina, which still has to be completed.
Everybody's
Okay, thank you.
Anything else from council? I gather we're just missed a beautiful rainbow, but we were all here.
I'm just glad we missed the rain.
and getting photos of rainbows. So. Hearing nothing further from council, we'll go into the audience if there are any public comments, if anyone has them, if they could give their address and name into the record. Michelle?
Good evening, all. I have two questions. The one representing the school board. What discussion have you had, or is there anybody kind of heading the question of our offer to sell you the building for $1?
You want me to say some of this stuff? I mean, I know I had been asked also by Ms. Korzaneski too. So I said we're still working through it. I know we had the last meeting with the Board of Ed reps and Dr. Gleason. Following up from that, the mayor and I believe Marty and Karen met with the county commissioners and had them do a walkthrough of the building to see if the county could also support us in potential uses of the building. I think we're still waiting on some official response from them so that we would have that. I believe that, Karen, you're in correspondence with Beth Deloisio from the Board of Ed also about potential costs for the roof, because that was one of the key discussions that we've had about what would it actually cost to get the roof repaired so that the building is in its best condition. And I think we had a couple other takeaways, but our plan is to have an executive session, hopefully sometime in the next few weeks, where we could talk about it as a full council.
Okay. So we'll look forward to knowing that it'll be on the agenda. That's what we're looking for. And I know you have another meeting this week, and it's about the roof, so that should inform, hopefully, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, Michelle.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
Any other public comments? Yes, Mike?
Mike Spadafino, 59th Avenue. Last night, well, I'm here as a representative for the Environmental Committee. Last night, we had a marvelous presentation on pollinator plants that was well attended by about 30 to 35 individuals, including Councilman Amabil and Councilman Kraft. Thank you for coming. I understand Councilman Connor doesn't have to come because he's already a master gardener. Is that true?
That's very true.
Wow.
Could have had some free plants.
Well, we'll have you be the guest speaker. There was a lot of very informative information given out about the various plants that can be used to draw the butterflies, bees, hummingbirds. A lot of the information is in the handouts that were given. Also, how to identify the various types of caterpillars that identify with certain types of butterflies. do not squish them, let them eat the plants. It's good for us, it's good to have the pollinators, we need them around town, and I hope that I'm speaking to you so that the public can hear that it was a marvelous presentation, very informative, and hopefully we'll have even better attendance next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. Any other public comments?
I couldn't get him.
Hearing none, I would close the public portion and entertain a motion from council for adjournment.
I'll make that motion, Mayor.
Motion by Council President Wilk,
I'll second, Mr. Mayor.
second by Councilmember Anfield. Roll call.
Council President Wilk,
Yes.
Councilmember Anfield,
Yes.
Councilmember Condos,
Yes.
Councilmember Connor,
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft,
Yes.
motion approved.
And thank everyone for coming out.